Can you imagine a technology so advanced it can hear a single human heartbeat from over 40 miles away? We are talking about long range quantum magnetometry, a tech so secretive it was just declassified. This isn't science fiction, it's how they just found a missing airman in 1,000 square miles of desert. Stick around because this changes everything we know about modern surveillance.
Some of these capabilities fall under covert action authorities. And because covert means exactly that, I'm not going to be able to tell you everything that you want to know. At the President's direction, we deployed both human assets and exquisite technologies that no other intelligence service in the world possesses.
Did you catch the look on his face when he mentioned exquisite technologies? That's intelligence speak for, we have things you can't even dream of. This tool, called Murmur, is essentially an AI-powered stethoscope for the entire planet. It filters out every bit of background noise, wind, engines, wildlife, and isolates the unique electromagnetic fingerprint of a human heart. Think about the implications for a second. If your heart is beating, there is nowhere on earth you can hide from this. They literally spotted an officer from 40 miles out. We've been watching videos of B-2 bombers and drones for decades, but that's the old school stuff. This quantum level tracking is likely what's being held in reserve for major global shifts. It makes you wonder what else the agency is sitting on that hasn't been leaked to the New York Post yet. This is a total paradigm shift in search and rescue, and honestly, a bit terrifying for privacy.
How do we 25th Amendment his ass?
The problem is to get the 25th Amendment is harder than impeachment. You have to get 2/3 of the House and 2/3 of the Senate.
So what do we do?
Tackle Trump and pretend, let him pretend he's president and publicly report that he's going through a health issue and Vance take over. It literally needs to be something like that. It's that bad.
I've known you a long time. You've never called for an internal coup before.
Ever.
Look at the tension in that room. You've got Alex Jones, someone who has historically been a massive supporter, now openly discussing a palace coup. The rhetoric here is escalating to a level we haven't seen in years. They are talking about the 25th Amendment and J.D. Vance taking over because they perceive the current trajectory as an extinction-level event. It's fascinating to see this fracture within the alternative media space. They aren't just disagreeing with policy, they are suggesting that the administration's actions with Iran are so risky that the cabinet needs to step in and pretend the president is having a health issue. Whether you agree with the politics or not, the sheer panic in this clip is a viral goldmine. It shows just how high the stakes have become behind the scenes, and how quickly alliances can crumble when global security is on the line. This is the core of the whole situation. This text isn't just a simple ceasefire. It's a total overhaul of the power dynamic in the Middle East. Opening the Strait of Hormuz and surrendering enriched uranium are massive concessions that many experts thought would take years of war to achieve. Notice how the language is framed. It's about destructive force being held back at the last possible minute. That kind of brinkmanship is classic high-stakes negotiation. If Iran actually hands over 1,000 pounds of highly enriched uranium to the Americans, it's a tectonic shift in nuclear proliferation. The expert friend take here is to watch the details about Pakistan's involvement as the intermediary. That's a huge piece of the puzzle that most people are glossing over. It's not just a bilateral deal. It's a massive regional realignment happening in real time. Piers Morgan is clearly not buying the historic victory narrative, and there's a specific reason why. Look at the economic angle he's hinting at. The UK has had a massive energy interest in Iran for nearly half a century, well before the current regime even took power. If this new deal moves forward under exclusive American supervision, those British revenue streams could basically evaporate overnight. That's why you see such a sharp divide in how this is being reported in London versus Washington. One man's peace deal is another man's economic disaster. It's all about the waterways and who controls the energy flow. When you see a commentator this fired up, always look at who is losing the money. This story is moving faster than the news can keep up. Drop a comment below. Does Ghost Murmur tech make you feel safer or just watched? Don't forget to like and follow for the next breakdown.